Hey guys, and welcome into another album reaction. Today I am very excited because I'm going to be listening to a new artist for the first time. Well, they're not new. We're listening to an album from 2010, but they're new to me. Marina and The Diamonds. We're listening to the album The Family Jewels. My music reactions have been a little scarce lately on the channel, and I want to take a second to tell you why. Because it's low-key putting pressure on me going into this album and any music going forward, which sounds so dramatic, but let me explain. We listened to Brat, right? Was that in September or August? I actually need to know this information now. It was in August. I listened to Brat and that video was posted on August 16th, right? And then after that, the only other music that has been posted on this channel has been Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter, which was actually still end of August. And the reason that it's been such a long time since listening to more music has been like a multitude of things, but one of the root reasons is that Brat like literally ruined my life, my music life, because I couldn't listen to new music or different music except for Lana. Outside of Lana, I couldn't listen to other music outside of Brat because I loved the album so much. I'd never heard anything like it. I totally mean it when I say it changed my brain chemistry when it comes to music, and I just had a lot of fun with that album. I still do. When we listened to Short and Sweet, I really enjoyed Short and Sweet, but like I feel like I wasn't ready for it. That album took me longer to like get familiar with because I still was just so Brat in my mind. When it comes to music reactions, for some reason, music is like a part of our daily lives, whereas a movie is an experience and then you walk away from it and you might think about it, as you go about your days in the coming weeks, months, if it's great years, rest of your life. But with music, it's literally an active piece of your physical life. And so overdoing a lot of music reactions can just cause like a music overload in my life, and then I can't focus, really ground myself into an album the way that I'm used to and get to know music the way that I want to. What can I say? Brat really threw me off and took over my life for a while. It took me a second to get into Short and Sweet then and have that become a real part of my life, and I don't want to rush into listening to a new album, especially a new artist, when my mind is elsewhere. But I finally feel ready to listen to new music. That was such a long-winded explanation. I like to just give you guys a little update on what's happening in my music life as we go into these reaction videos. So sorry if you find that annoying, but you can skip ahead. So, The Family Jewels is 13 tracks. We're listening to the standard album, not the deluxe. I like to listen to standard albums first because I feel like that's where the cohesive story and essence of the album is before like going on to bonus tracks. So looking at the track list, I do want to claim something. I have no idea what kind of vibe, this isn't a spoil. It's alternative. I didn't even know that the genre was alternative. That makes me actually really excited. I've noticed over time with my reactions that I draw on a lot of the alternative girlies. So hi. I think I'm going to Hermit the Frog, You're Joking. I have to claim that. I don't even know Hermit like that. Like I never really watched. Is he from Sesame Street? Oh, I Am Not a Robot also sounds good though. Oh wait, Hermit the Frog. His name's not Hermit, his name is Kermit. See, I don't know him like that. I'm very intrigued by Hermit the Frog. We're gonna claim that one, and that's just what it is. Alright, okay, let's get into it. If you would like to listen to the full album with me uncut, that reaction is available over on my Patreon, along with a lot of other music exclusive content. If you'd rather just watch the edited version here on YouTube, then let's get into the first track, Are You Satisfied? This song title sounds angry. It sounds angry, and I'm down to be angry. It's fun to be angry sometimes when there's a conduit,
I was pulling up my hair the day I got the deal. Chemically calm was just about to change. One life pretending to be, and I do not give a damn if you don't believe me.
Nothing could have prepared me. Like, obviously going into listening to a new album, nothing can prepare you. You don't know what the sound is yet. Going into a new artist, it's on a whole level. I don't even know what the voice sounds like. First of all, opening an album with your voice coming in hot like that, bold. Also, she has an accent. I don't even know where this person is. Welsh. Oh, okay. Now I do. Perfect. Says it right there. Okay. Strings. No one told me there were going to be strings. No one told me there were going to be strings. Also, this is giving badass montage from like it's giving Easy A. It's giving, when did Easy A come out? Because why do I feel like it's 2010? 2010. 2010. I can just see Emma Stone walking down the hallway to this song in 2010. I wasn't really focusing on the lyrics too much because the sound was just so intense and I was trying to catch up with the feel of the song and the feel of this artist. I was pulling out my hair the day I got the deal. Chemically calm. What deal? Okay, pulling out chemically calm. Okay. Pulling out hair, breakdown, chemically calm. The drugs calmed her down. Was I meant to feel happy? That my life was just about to change. Oh my God. People like to tell you what you're gonna be. It's not my problem if you don't see what I see. And I do not give a damn if you don't believe my problem, that I never am happy. Okay, we're angry. We're sad. I can do that. I wonder what the catalyst that she's singing about though is. Clearly something happened and everyone's telling her how she should feel or what she is. And she's like, listen, I am not happy. You don't have to scream at me that I'm a happy person and that I'm this and I'm that. Like, I'm depressed. Let's not pretend. Don't act like I'm not. Don't tell me that I'm not. That's also very 2010s. People just wanting to pretend around you. Like, even if they know and can see that something, mental health, totally different conversation in 2010. Even if people can see that you're not doing well, they kind of just pretend for you and want you to pretend along with them that you're fine. But she's like, fuck that. And I love that for her. I love the honesty. That's all we need in music.
How fast I will succeed. Are you satisfied with an average life? Make my way in life.
Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. Like the things that she's talking about, like the social messaging she's talking about, it's kind of cool to look back and see how it's very much changed. Some ways for the better, some ways not. But her saying like, do I need to fake happiness to succeed? Because I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. And that was very much what the 2010s was. It was like Taylor Swift, good girl, coming on the scene. It was all my Disney Channel stars, Selena and Miley, smiling and acting like they were the happiest girls in the whole world and very sweet and demure. And they were the idols of the time. And so she is clearly not that. She is going through a lot and she is dealing with what I would say is for real seems like depression, and she's basically saying, do I have to put on a fake smile to succeed like all these other girls out here? And now it feels like we're at a time where it's almost the opposite, where like that brutal honesty and intense sadness and feminine rage is almost capitalized on, and it's not cool to be happy and perfect. It's cool to be flawed and depressed, which is weird. The whole switch of how we view mental health, like I said, is great overall, but there's definitely some romanticization going on these days about the sad girl type. But we weren't there yet, so it's cool to know that this is super honest. It's so of the time and I love it. Anyways, I always talk so much during the first song. Well, it's just because I'm getting to know this new person, right? I'm not gonna blab this much through the whole album, I promise. I love the personality of her voice. This part. The production is so fun too. The production is so fun. Like her intense vocals, the pair of like the intense drums and guitars with strings, you guys know me. I love that. But yeah, she's kind of just driving the point home here that I've picked up on in the beginning. I love this line though. They say I'm a control freak driven by a greed to succeed. I do love feminine rage. I do love it. And I love that she was here with it in 2010 and that she was calling out like these people calling her controlling and greedy because she had her set sight on what she hoped would be success. And it's just something that was said to women a lot back in the day, driven, ambitious women. Oh. And we have the alien spaceship. I hope you know what I'm talking about. Ooh. I love this. Are you satisfied with an easy ride? Once you cross the line, will you be satisfied? And some people are. Some people just want the easy ride and are comfortable and happy and content with that. But I think that a lot of people lie to themselves about wanting that when they do actually want more because of the fear of like failure. And her pointing out like, when you cross the line, will you be satisfied? It's like in your death, when you can't go back now anymore, will you be satisfied with the fact that you stayed in your lane? And you could have pushed your own boundaries and like gone for those big dreams that you had. It's a scarier thing to think about regret when you talk about death. I like her pointing out the praying and waiting because it's two forms of like docile hope, basically. You're not actively doing something about it. You're just kind of praying that something will happen to you. You're waiting for something to happen to you and make things better, but you got to be the one to do it. But this song is more about just like exiting that phase of denial so that you can feel like you have the power to do something.
Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied?
God, they got spooky at the end. The effects there are written by herself. Oh my god, she's a songwriter too. I need to know how old she was. One moment. Okay, she's 39 today. 25. That's about the time Lana got her start with her big debut, isn't it? Actually, 2010 is also around the same. Wow. Is this why you guys wanted me to listen to Marina? Her and Lana are about the same age then, and they started about the same time, and they're both alt pop girls. That explains it all. Next up is track 2, Champain, except it's spelled phonetically, which makes for a very eerie word. It's like a sham and then pain. Like a sham put you in pain. Okay. You guys know I love something I can dance to. Ooh, okay. Oh. Oh, it's kind of 80s. Oh. Guys, that was the moment. The album just officially sold me right there. Oh my god. I needed a new album fixation. This is wonderful. I think this might actually be it. You know, it's rare to find, genuinely. But this break off into the soft I Feel Celestial. Ooh. It's dangerous to be a girl who likes the pain. You know, it's kind of crazy. A lot of people have issues with sleeping. My issue with sleeping is that I'm always tired and 8 hours is not enough. So like when people saying about like not being able to sleep, I'm empathetic, but it's not me. I wish I could sleep less. I wish I was someone who could get in 6 hours and feel okay in the morning. But even with 8, I'm like, oh, why am I always tired? I should probably talk to my doctor about that. Oh, I love these. It's almost a chorus of vocals, but hers is still very much at the forefront. Ooh, guilt over success? Oh, I missed her high voice. Oh, but where are we going? Goosebumps. Goosebumps! Thank you to everyone who voted for this on the poll. Oh, and a dance break. Oh, it's giving me a dance break. How does this one not have a star next to it? Was this not a single? Oh my god. I have goosebumps on my legs. Ooh. You know what? I do love that she's changing it up each time. How is she gonna end it though? And she ended it on the high note, which I love because the high note got me when it first happened. And then the second 2 times where she didn't end that portion like that, I was like, okay, cool. The like chorus of like harmonies stacking, that celestial moment was we're altering again, but I do love that she ended with the pretty high note. It feels like a good end to the song. Oh, wow, the girl knows how to keep it interesting. She knows how to keep a song interesting. I fear nothing can top that one. It's a scary game when I get this into a song this early on. What if I'm just chasing this feeling for the rest of the album and it won't happen? I have lingering goosebumps. God, I wish you guys could see. Track 3 is I Am Not a Robot. Almost my claimed track, but I stuck with my Hermit. Okay.
You've been acting awful tough lately, smoking a lot of cigarettes lately. The little baby. It's okay to say
oh, picking it up.
weak spot. Better to be hated than love for what you're not.
I got scared for a second, but then the lyric finished and I was like, I see what you're going for. And it works, you know, better to be hated than loved for what you're not, just because it's not real. At the end of the day, we want honesty and realness, otherwise it's like not life. It's just fake. We all know somebody like this. We all have probably been somebody like this at one point, acting tough on the outside, just wanting to be taken care of and so delicate and fragile on the inside. It's like sometimes a lot of people, when they seem like they're at their toughest, that means they're at their most fragile. Let's teach this person a lesson. Okay, vocals, background.
You are not a robot, you're lovable. Guess what? I'm not a robot.
The lyrics are very deep, but I feel like I'm frolicking through wildflowers. Oh.
Never trusted, but you are so magnetic.
The most traumatized are always the most magnetic, charismatic people.
You don't pick up the phone when it rings. Don't be so pathetic.
Oh, just the brutal honesty.
I'm not a robot.
The switch up. Listen, the switch up between, I mean, obviously there's a lot of points of the song where it feels like we're talking to somebody else, but then we also switch into first person and we're saying, I'm vulnerable, I'm not a robot, and it feels like this is a song where she's talking to herself, which is very emotional. Oh.
Can you teach me how to feel real?
I've been having too many existential crises lately to hear that lyric. I think the reason I'm getting the frolicking feeling is because of the twinkly production. You hear? Feels like we got Stardust on the production. Okay. That one was cute. Not my favorite so far. Well, listen, any song that had to follow up Shampain, you know, cute, but I don't think it's one that I'm going to gravitate towards when I'm first getting to know the album. Lots of things I loved about the production though, and I like the message, the overall message. Next is track 4, Girls. Spooky, spooky. Oh, for real, this is Halloween.
Look like a girl, but I think like a guy. Not ladylike, stick to your yogurts, I'll stick to my apple pie. Girls
Okay.
meant to fight dirty.
Oh, yes, they are.
Never look a day past 30.
Still working on that in 2024.
Any possibility.
Like I need to march.
Been up on me to hide your insecurities. All you say is blah, blah. You'll say I fall asleep when they speak of all the calories they eat.
Okay.
Say is na, 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 na.
Listen, don't make fun of my insecurities. The calorie counting is something that we're still working on in 2024. I'll leave it at that. Oh, wow. Okay, this song honestly, like, lyrically feels pretty dated because, like I said, at this time it was very much girly girl, sweet demure, and like the bad girl era hadn't come yet. Like, do you know what I mean? It's cool to be this way that she's singing about now. It's kind of what we're in at the moment in 2024. But back then, that definitely was not it. So this is an edgy song for 2010. Look like a girl, but I think like a guy. Yeah, I don't know. Like setting the standard to be like cool to be and act and think like a guy. We're kind of beyond that these days, right? But the point is, I get where she's coming from. And I actually felt like this girl at one point in my life and thought the same way. But I never really went there because I didn't want to look different, you know? I kind of thought a lot of these thoughts that she's singing about, but I was never this girl. I was too scared. Girls, they never befriend me because I fall asleep when they speak. Like I said, very 2010. Okay. The production goes so hard though.
Such good stories, oh, their mothers must be proud. Making money off your insecurity and doubt.
Ooh, we still do that! The capitalism is at its finest when we're preying on women's insecurities.
Got something about me to hide your insecurities. All you say is blah, blah.
The melody is so fun.
I feel I've been riding in a fast car. Burning dirty gas won't get you that far. Make sure I get the last
Okay,
laugh.
that's a fun bridge. Oh, I feel like I need to do a jig. I love the laughing too. Not to wag your tails to the beat. Listen, I feel like this is one of those songs lyrically that probably didn't age well. I'm just like, personally too, I'm like not someone who's into girl hate. Like, it was for sure a thing around this time, but it wasn't meant in that way. I don't know. The 2010s were an interesting time. It was a thing for girls to like be one of the guys to be cool, but it's like, why are we acting more like a stereotypical guy to be accepted? It's like saying that being a man is the standard and you're trying to meet that standard instead of all the lame girls that count their calories. Why are they counting their calories? I feel like, yeah, this is one of those things where I was this girl at one point. We've come a long way since then. Lyrically, it didn't hold up for me, but production is gonna keep me listening to this song. The song feels very campy to me in a fun way, though. It's not one of those like lyrics that aged badly in a way where it's just awful. It's kind of lyrics that aged in a way that makes it feel very camp. Do you get it? Next is Mowgli's Road. Mowgli. Oh, this is a perfect October album.
10 silver spoons coming after me.
Okay, imagery.
One dream or a beat.
You're a dreamer, Marina.
Oh Lord, I have been so
Oh, I love.
forsaken. Let's walk in the road. Ooh, I wanna be.
Ooh. I don't know who I want to be. Cuckoo. I love the cuckoo. Going crazy trying to figure out who you want to be. Even at 25. No, we never know who we want to be. We just are. Like, can we just be? Instead of figuring out who we want to be. The amount of stress, the amount of time we spend trying to think of what we want to be instead of just being. I don't need another existential crisis. You know what?
You say yes to everything.
I want more of those background vocals and the stacked back and forth.
Will that guarantee you a win? Think you will be good enough to love others and to be loved? Oh Lord,
This is my favorite part. But also, she scared me for a second with that question. Do you think you'll be good enough to love others and to be loved? You know what? For the longest time, my answer to that would have been no. We're doing better now, though, okay? Oh, I love those backing vocals. There's a fork in the road, I'll do as I'm told. Like, we didn't put the fork there. We didn't force ourselves to make a decision. It's like pressure of society to be this way or that. Like, pick a lane. And it's like, well, what if I want to go that way, that way, that way, that way, that way? Or what if I want to sit right here? Will you let me sit for a second? Like, I love the way she, in one lyric, I love like a really deep lyric that is simplistic and quick. A fork in the road, I guess I'll do what I'm told. And what she's told is to pick a road, but she doesn't know yet. And I wonder if by the end of the song she will. Oh, whoa! Whoa! Yeah! That is crazy. We've heard demon voices in songs where it goes lower to make it creepier, but the high-pitched creepy is on a different level. We're starting that over. Oh, it's so theatrical and I love it. This song feels like it needs to be on a stage. It's kind of giving The Wizard of Oz, but darker. And if your insecurities and pressure of society physically manifested into little demons, that's another favorite. That's another favorite. These songs are so distinct too. Like, sometimes I'll listen to an album for the first time and I'm just kind of like, I like that one, I like that one, I like that one. But this one I have very strong feelings about a lot of these songs. And so far it's been Champagne. And I don't know, she never said The Road. I wonder what the meaning behind, if you guys know, the meaning behind the title of the song, let me know. But this and Champagne are my favorites. And we're almost halfway through this album. We're about to listen to episode track 6. Track 6 is called Obsessions. Just the title alone and based on like what we've experienced so far in the album, it's giving another creepy crawly song.
Sunday, wake up.
Or a ballad. Okay, or a ballad. I'm here. Let me rewire.
Last night's love affair is looking vulnerable in my bed. Colgate, tongue warm. 1 minute I'm a little sweetheart, and next minute you are an absolute creep. I wanna wipe out all the sad ideas that come to me when I am holding you. Tick ideas involving me, involving
Okay,
you.
give me specifics. Oh.
Get off, crack, look, just choose something quick. People are staring, time to go quick, and skin is on fire. Just choose something, something overwhelming. Next minute, I am
Oh, interesting.
cause we're probably bad luck anyway. Can't let your cold heart be free. You never told me what it was that made you strong, what it was that made you weak.
A really interesting one. I'm still kind of trying to figure it out, but it feels like overall it's just about the little things that cause big fights and how she finds herself to be guilty of that and starting those types of fights that like fester and can ruin a relationship. And like the imagery of her watching this person and they're just laying there looking vulnerable and she's describing this nice morning, but then it quickly turns into her getting irritated super easily. It feels like a song about self-sabotage and sabotaging the relationship. I love though this whole scene of the crackers at the supermarket. It's so unique, but also a totally relatable, understandable experience. Shopping with somebody can be frustrating. Not even just like a romantic partner, but like family. It's like, oh my God, we went down this aisle. Let's keep it moving. You know, there's different types of people and it comes out when you're shopping together. And then she even says here, you never told me what it was that made you strong, what it was that made you weak. So it seems like they haven't fully opened up to her and she knows that and she wants more, but she has trust issues. And those trust issues are going into the little things in their relationship, like crackers at the grocery store. This one's jam-packed. This one is heavy.
We've got obsessions.
It's gotta be going both ways, though. Because she says we've got obsessions. It's not her obsessing over these little things. Otherwise, she'd say I.
Vulnerable again.
Oh, and we end on the cycle. Okay. That I feel like was the most interesting song on the album lyrically, and I feel like there's just like a lot going on there where the more I listen, the more I'll understand and put pieces together. But yeah, let me know what your interpretation of this song is. This is one where I want your guys' interpretation, just because there is so much there. Next is track 8, The Outsider.
Feeling like a loser, feeling like a bum. Don't get on my bad side, I can't work again.
Oh,
Baby, I'll show you some fun.
I got to. I'm at gunpoint.
I'll win in here just because you know my name doesn't mean you know my game. Is there more to lose than gain if I go on my own again? On the game.
Ooh.
Inside the outsider, inside.
That's an interesting question to raise, actually. Where is there more to lose than gain if I go on my own again? I feel like at different times in our lives, we have those moments where we shut ourselves off. We become, oh my God, a hermit, Hermit the Frog. That's so me. I knew I picked that song for a reason. I can't wait to get to it. Where you kind of go into your own shell and away from everybody, everything, all the noise. And then there's moments where that's good, like stepping back and recognizing that and wanting to kind of like enclose yourself and just be on your own. That can be good. But there's also moments where it can be bad, and it's better to just experience and be with others and push yourself forward. So I'm curious as to like what take the song will have by the end, if there's like a right answer to that question, if we're gonna like kind of spiral into ourselves and realize it's not good to shut yourself off and be on your own, or if it is a good decision, because like I said, it can be both. Obviously here though, we're talking about someone with severe social anxiety, which like, don't we all have that at this point? It feels like it. But yeah, it seems like she almost wants to be a part of something here, but feels like the outsider. So the song is very relatable. The chorus is 100% the high point of the song. Big theme of this whole album, that lyric. No, you know what? She's making the right decision being on her own again, because if you have to pretend for people, they're not worth being around. Let's go home. Ooh, they really made you sit in that at the end there. Obviously, it's a sad song though. Like, even though I'm rooting for her to like just get out of that place where she feels like she can't be herself, it also has like this sense of sadness to it, because just being an outsider never feels good. Feeling like you can't be yourself doesn't feel good, and that sucks. But she recognizes that, and she doesn't change for people, and that's what I admire about this girl. Next up is track 9, Guilty. Okay.
Hiding body parts,
Mm-hmm.
dog, a broken leg, the left it dead. Oh, I'm a guilty one, guilty on the run.
I'm sorry. What did you do? A broken dog? Did Apple Music get that right? Because did she just run over hiding body parts? Listen, if this is about murdering someone, for some reason the camp of that is fine in a song. You know what? But if you ran over a dog and you left that dog there, I don't know if I can get with that. You get it though. It's like seeing people die in movies versus seeing animals die. It just like it pulls at your emotions in a different way. But like multiple body parts, clearly there's a human involved too. Okay, what? So should we kill somebody? Okay, I mean, in the last song, I'm pretty sure she opened it with like threatening me at gunpoint, if I remember correctly. So this tracks.
And I know what I have done.
Okay, tell me explicitly what you did.
I was just a kid that you could not forgive because it's hard.
an add-on chorus or a refrain?
I was just a kid and all I really wanted was my father. Killed a dog so smart and touched his technicolor hair, left it running full of shame.
I don't usually do this, but I'm going to Genius lyrics because sometimes people can refer to a man as a dog. It's not the nicest term, right? I just need to set this straight. Guilty, Marina. I clicked on the first verse on Genius and it says, all a reference to a dream she had once where she was left to take care of a family's dogs. But no matter how hard she tried, she would end up hurting the dogs. She ties in her dream with feelings from her own life about guilt and how she thinks she deserves to feel bad over whatever she's done. You know what? It's freaky, but like knowing that this was inspired by a dream, possibly a recurring nightmare, or just like one really bad dream that she had that stuck with her. Dreams are really interesting to me. Obviously, I believe like they're all rooted in true feelings and insecurities and fears and desires and all of that. So this is a really intense dream to have, actually, a really sad one. That's the lyric. Oh my god, I love this Dracula piano organ or whatever. God, what? Oh. Yeah. Okay. This one actually feels really heavy as well. Aside of what Genius said about it being about an apparent dream that she had, the lyrics here, I was just a kid that you could not forgive because it's harder. Just a kid, all I really wanted was my father. It feels like she is using the dream to tell a story of this guilt that she's carried, but based on these lyrics here, specifically, it feels like it's about possibly her parents or her mom, somebody in her life when she was a child that made her feel like things were her fault, but she was just a kid. And knowing like her father wasn't there, my mind immediately goes to breaking the dog as like a metaphor for her parents' broken relationship, and maybe she always felt guilt for that because kids do that a lot, especially if they're young. I wonder if her parents like split up in younger formative years and she was made to feel guilty about it by her mom, or if she just kind of put the guilt on herself. That's possible too. But the lyrics we end on, like guilty on the run and I'm never forgiven, like feeling like she's never been forgiven for something that happened when she was a kid, is really dark. I'm gonna be nosy and I'm going to look up. Let's look at her early life. Her Welsh mother and Greek father met at Newcastle University and separated when she was 4 years old. Okay. Oh, here we go. Next is my claimed track, Hermit the Frog. Oh, it's giving seance.
I'm watered down whenever he's around.
Ooh.
And melt slowly to the ground. Yeah, I feel it coming on. They say you used to be so kind. I never knew you had such a dirty mind. Went to the doctors believing the devil had control over me.
Oh, another laugh.
I broke my glass balloon. I let go of my glass balloon. They call him Hermit the Frog. He's looking for a dog. Did you find your bitch in me? I'm bombing up socially. You're just a little bit too much like me. Well, I wanna tell you a secret. You can take your double standard love and keep it. When my heart just bursts like a glass balloon, I let it fly too high and it shattered too soon.
Guys, so Hermit the Frog, she called her partner Hermit the Frog. That's what he's known for, and calling him out on his double standard life and calling him out for his socially abominable personality. but then also saying you're too much like me. This song is messy. It sucks that in the beginning she's talking about how she puts on the crown of clowns. She feels like she's watered down. She's changing herself for this person, this guy. The glass balloon is representing everything that she's holding inside, like her true self that's like going to burst if she stays, she puts it as static, if she stays static too long. So I love the concept. The Hermit the Frog thing is so funny. This is another one that feels like it needs a big stage production. Oh, the change to we. Okay, interesting. Changing it to we let them fly too high and they shatter too soon. I feel like she's saying like they showed their full selves to each other too soon, and it was too much for each other. Because that sucks. Wrong damn people in the wrong jam room, like just not meant to be together. Broke our glass balloons, but then it changed to just glass balloon, not plural. So I feel like glass balloon also kind of represents the relationship in general. Let go of my glass balloon. Let go of her, like who she is. She's gonna bring it to someone else who can handle it. And hopefully she can handle that person and it'll be, you know, I like how it goes both ways in this song. The second verse though was so unhinged. It's so funny. They call him Hermit the Frog. He's looking for a dog. Did you find your bitch in me? Yikes. Happy we're out of that relationship. Next song is Oh No. Oh, that is promising.
Don't do love, don't do friends.
Oh.
I'm only after success. Don't want cash, don't want card, want it fast, want it hard. Don't need money, don't need fame. I just want to make a change.
I love that switch up to make a change to I myself want to change.
I walk and talk like a machine. I'm now becoming my own self-fulfilled prophecy. Oh no. One track heart.
I can't tell if she's I mean, it's called Oh No. She's stating all of this like she's proud of who she's becoming, even though it kind of comes off as harsh, but like not so harsh that it's not something you can root for. Like you don't have to focus on personal relationships if you don't want to. If you just want to focus on success and changing for the better and changing the world with your music, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But like then it's called Oh No, and she finishes all of this list of things of what she's becoming with Oh No. So I'm like, is that really what you want? But there's a lot of callbacks to other songs. There's been moments in other songs where she's like, I don't know who I want to be. And in this one, she's very confident about it. And then also, I know exactly why I walk and talk like a machine is giving I am not a robot. But obviously the opposite. She's saying I am a robot in this song. But I think that she's fearful of that, given the title and what it leads into in the chorus.
If I fail, I'll fall apart.
That's scary.
Your possessions will possess you. TV taught me how to feel. Now real life has no appeal.
As someone who watches too much TV, and always has, and has idealized a life based on the entertainment I've consumed, that line hurts. That line hurts. TV taught me how to feel. Now real life has no appeal. Whoa.
Self-fulfilled prophecy. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna live.
Oh.
I'm gonna die. I know exactly what I want and who I want.
Man, this girl's fear of failure it's up there. This song just feels like losing a grip on yourself, but it feels manic in the way that it's like insisting, no, this is me. Man, where is the last two tracks gonna take us with a song like this at track 11? It's like all of these I knows. I know who I am. I know who I want to be. I know why I'm acting this way. It feels like she's answering someone who's asking that question, but she's like, no, it makes sense because look at who I've always wanted to be. I'm becoming everything that I always wanted, but it feels like she doesn't have a grip on happiness in this song. Like, if you are becoming everything you've always wanted, why am I feeling mania? Why are we saying, oh no, oh no? You know? I'm scared of the last two tracks. Next is track 12, 17.
Used to be a major scale. You're a rich little boy who said to work for his toys. Could never tell you what happened the day I turned 17. The rise of a king and the fall of a queen. Oh, you were embarrassed to me.
Are we reflecting on like a past relationship, like a past teenage relationship? She was apparently at some point with a rich little boy that didn't understand her, which is a curious placement after the last song where she's like insisting, this is who I am, this is who I am, and then coming back and telling this story of people not understanding who she is. I mean, that's kind of the theme of the entire album, people just not understanding her and feeling like an outsider.
Bet you wish I couldn't speak.
Mm.
Cause when I do, you know, I'll tell you why you're being weak. You wanna hustle. Oh, she's got all the personality, oh, of a lemon that has been truly sucked dry. Teach me how to behave. I was brought up as a baby.
Ooh.
Well, you don't know fuck about my family.
What happened the day she turned 17 though?
I used to kid myself in this dress that it was just how things meant to be. Oh, 17.
Okay. Yeah, I think that is what I think we're reflecting on a past relationship, but it seems like a past relationship that made her, or like opened her eyes up to a lot of things of who she is and who she wants to be. Another theme of this album is just like self-discovery, I guess, and accepting who you are. I used to kid myself in this dress that it was just how things were meant to be. Like, that's the kind of girl she was at 17, the girl who was with this kind of guy who wanted her to be this way and that and kind of tried to put her in a place that she didn't want to be, and she put up with that and she put on the dress that she didn't feel like herself in. I could never tell you what happened the day I turned 17. I wonder if there's a specific canon event that made her change her mind and realize this isn't who she wanted to be and leave this person and go on that path of self-discovery that's led to all of this. Otherwise, you could just say it's just, in general, her having that light bulb moment. She could never explain that to this boy that she's singing about. He wouldn't understand. That was a really cool song, really cool concept, how it played itself out. I'm a little nervous about the title of the final track. It's called Numb. Because this girl's just like so full of life and personality and feelings, and numb is not at all a way that I would describe her or how I want to see her, so I'm nervous. I'm nervous about how this story ends.
One track mind like a goldfish. This better be worth my while. I feel numb most of the time. Mind I will wonder why. The dark only to shine.
You know, feels really eerie because I would say this album does burn bright, but then her saying, I am numb most of the time at the end of this album. Obviously, it's not totally surprising because we've talked about some dark things here, and going numb is just like something that happens when you're going through some stuff, and clearly she has. But the album itself, it does burn so bright, and it feels like just eerie. I don't know what other word to call it, eerie, that she's saying she had to be at her darkest to get to this point. She mentioned that. Oh, that's sad. I love how it opens up right there. It's also like a bit of a, I don't know, it's sad too, being in the dark and putting up with it for just the hope that you'll reach the light, and saying it's a reasonable sacrifice, but like it's a lot to put yourself through, especially like the Forgo friends and Forgo family. That's how it started, how it ends. That specifically, hurts a lot. That specifically makes me want so badly to listen to the rest of her discography and see, hopefully that changes and she finds her people, because she does feel very alone in this album, which a lot of the time kind of sneaks past you because she's often being so boisterous and confident through it all and okay with it. But then there's moments like these where it's like, no, it's really dark and it's really sad.
I'm in hell. I need a friend.
I better see her get a friend in the next album.
Yeah, I'm no good to anyone. All I care about is being number one.
Big theme. Holy shit. Only to Shine is interesting too, because it feels like she got what she wanted, and then it's only that. Like, this is it. It's kind of giving this is it, and a little bit of disappointment. Like, I put myself through all of that just for this, is what I'm taking from that specific lyric, which just makes it all much more sad.
Spark like empty light.
All right, we did it. We listened to The Family Jewels, which I don't know if I completely understand the title yet. Give me also your thoughts on why this is called The Family Jewels. Maybe Marina has said it herself. That was a rough one to end on just because of like the messaging. Like, it feels so empty. I don't know. The album itself, she feels like empty, very robotic in a way, or at least she's convincing herself or forcing herself to be that way to achieve success. But like, she has a song called I'm Not a Robot, no matter how much she's trying to convince herself that she needs to be in order to get success. But this is a very honest album, and that's usually all it takes for me to love an album. There was a lot on here that I know I'm going to be learning like the back of my hand very quick. It's still Shampain and Mowgli's Road and probably Hermit the Frog that are the immediate standouts to me. But yeah, what an introduction to her as a person. I'm just so curious. This is a very cohesive, this album doesn't feel cohesive because of the storytelling, like beginning to end being told. It feels cohesive because it's just so honest. Like, you can feel her and who she is and the continuity of that throughout the entire album. It almost feels like the album just kind of told a story itself without her doing it on purpose in a way. Like, she just is who she is, and it put together this picture of her in a beautiful and very sad way. And it kind of just got more sad as it went down, and you got to learn where she was at this moment in time more and more. A lot of it's very relatable. A lot of it just makes me want to listen to more albums and hope that she's doing good. Because you guys know I get attached when you got, like, how can you not be attached to someone when they have lyrics like this? I will try to go ahead and put my ranking up. Remember, this is a first time listen, and it's probably going to change within a week, within a month, within a year. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this album. Let me know what your favorite songs are. Any behind the scenes information that you think I should know about this era, this album. Do comment down below with all of that. And then also let me know if you want me to continue my Marina and the Diamonds journey as reactions, because based on my listen to this first album, I'm definitely down if you guys are. Thank you so much though for being here to experience this with me, and hopefully I will see you guys next time.